Bring
Here
it
he
home,
is.
Togron.
It's taking a long time.
I don't just.
Oh,
Come on.
oh.
What's up, guys? YST here, and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today, I am joined for the first time on the channel, Nub Raids. How's it going, bro?
Yeah. Oh, it's a pleasure to finally be here. I'm watching your videos for ages. Love those collabs you do with the guy who looks a bit like Jesus or Phoenix or something.
Yeah, man.
So
He's
it's
a
good to
cool
finally be
guy.
on.
That was his name is. He's actually called Rub Nades, that one.
Oh,
But he
wow.
only comes sometimes, you know. But nice to
Yeah.
have you on, man. How you been?
Oh, good. Yeah, no, I'm great. Great to be on. We just recorded a nice short collab for my channel. So if anyone likes nice short, brief collabs, like a couple of minutes long, I think.
Yeah, so if anybody watches like hour form episodes on Amazon Prime,
Yeah.
you might be used to these kind of lengths, so it's pretty short, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically what we're going to be doing today is underrated champions. We've never done this before, of course. I'm joking. We do underrated champions all the time, guys. But I think this one is going to be a bit more interesting because I've selected champions that I've never really spoken about, and I really feel like they hold a value in this game. To a higher caliber than people maybe think of them. Today's video is sponsored by Dungeon Hunter 6, the latest blockbuster from the Dungeon Hunter franchise since 2015. And let me tell you guys, the anticipation was definitely worthwhile. It's a fantasy ARPG mobile game that incorporates hero collection and hack and slash combat styles and various builds to take down some of the biggest bosses in the game. And guess what? It's absolutely free to play now by simply clicking my link in the description below or scanning the QR code on screen if viewing on PC. So in this game, killing a boss is never the end of the story, as for every boss that you defeat, this game has a unique mechanism to not only loot, ride and fly them, but you can join up to 3 of them to summon onto the battlefield to join your squad, and they can follow you everywhere and perform powerful combo skills, and you can even shapeshift into them to harness their ultimate power when you reach the late game. It's actually a very cool mechanism that I've never seen in a game of this genre, and with there being over 100 uniquely designed bosses to conquer and explore, and new classes and units updated monthly, the fun of utilizing them in battle never comes to an end. And leading back to things that I've never seen in this genre, this game actually has some really creative gameplays, and for example, you could turn into a cat, yes, a cat, for this stealth mission, and not to mention the customizable mount system where you can ride various fantasy creatures and machines when meeting other players. And of course, with it being the latest blockbuster from the franchise, it's optimized for a smoother mobile gameplay experience and takes 3D graphic performances to a whole new level with stunning skill animations optimized for multicasting. And quickly speaking about some of the other features you will be anticipating as you dive into the game, you can play with guildmates and battle in real time with the Guild Wars, you can grind with a variety of skill tree options to test your builds, and trade items in the auction system. So what are you waiting for, guys? You can download the game now for free on both Android and iOS devices by simply clicking my link in the description below or scanning the QR code on screen. And this will give you a starter pack with a value of $50 consisting of 10 summoning scrolls, 1 SSR Lieutenant Demonic Wolf and 1 accessory pack. And that's not all, because by using your game account, you can enter the launch Lucky Spin event for a chance to win some amazing prizes such as an iPhone 15 Pro Max, a PS5, an Apple Watch and much more starting on October 15th. So one last thank you to Dungeon Hunter 6 for being the sponsor of today's video, and I'll see you all in game.
All right, yeah. My first pick is going to be one of the best looking champions in the game. It's none other than Fergumcar.
Ooh, all right. I like the way that this one's going so far. Oh wait, not Vargal. Where's Sausage Man? There he is.
Sausage frog.
Yes.
Sausage dog. This guy, yeah, I think he's actually a brilliant champion now. He's actually really good, and people don't ever talk about him. But his A3 is a 3-turn cooldown, AoE decreased defense. Also brings heal reduction, not super useful, but nice to have, and also brings a bit of a buff strip as well. So I think that's it's a great move just by itself. Then his A2 is a 3-turn cooldown, increased defense and shield, based off his max HP. Also does a little bit of a cleanse. So like, that's a great skill set, man. This guy's really strong just from those 2 moves.
He is, yeah. I actually look at this champion as the Harima counter for kind of. I've always looked at him like that because he is immune to provokes, right? So if he's immune to provokes, you can you kind of cut in and put this on, take the provokes off. It could be a nice little counter, up to that champion.
Yeah.
I thought. But yeah, I agree. I think he is very underrated. I think that he got a change, right? to his skills.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was buffed, and I think there's been so little hype, and I'm partly to blame as well because I keep getting comments saying, "Oh, build Car," and I haven't done it yet.
Mhm.
It's been like a year since I pulled him, and I keep regretting it because every time I see his kit, I'm like, actually, yeah, damn, this champion is super solid. Like he's
Yeah,
very, very
he
good.
looks badass as well. Like very, very
Yeah,
unique in terms of. I remember when he came out into the game. I was like, we seen the avatar, right? Because that's kind of what we get at first glance. And then when
yeah.
I seen the champion, I was like, yo, this is clickbait, man. This is. I thought he was gonna come out like some massive beast dude from the swamp, and it was just some fat sausage. But no, I agree. He definitely deserves underrated list, man. All right, I like that you kicked up with that one. Okay,
Yeah, there you go.
there's somebody that we pulled, right? Both of us during a recent event, right?
Oh,
All my comments are
Teletubbies.
flooded. It's the Teletubby Shield, right?
Right,
I think I hate this champion with a passion, and I don't. There is no reason for it other than the Teletubby Shield. I can't stand
Okay.
it. I think
It is bad.
it's a bad Teletubby Shield. Like this is a very unique skin in the way where he converts this champion's resistance into accuracy, very similar to the Mithrala Life Beam effect, right? Like accuracy into
Yeah.
resistance. You just build it alternated. But you can resist all the debuffs, but you're also transferring all debuffs from your allies on an active skill and sending it back to the boss, right? Very, very powerful.
It's a great move.
He does also come through with a shield. Granted, it's not insane because it's based off the damage inflicted. If I was going to change the skill, it'd be based on his max HP or something.
Yeah.
But it's still a shield on a 2-turn on his A2. And then attacks one enemy, increases this champion's defense, and also heals himself. But I think this alone has a lot of value, just as like a cleanser option. Like even if I've used this in the Never Spider, take off all those poisons, throw it straight back to the boss. And whenever an ally has 2 or more debuffs is attacked, this champion will absorb that damage as well by 30%. Nice tank. Nice. I don't know. Would you change anything about him, or do you like him?
Yeah, the funny thing is, I do agree that he is underrated. I think his A3 is a brilliant move for all the reasons you said, and it's actually super, super viable way to beat these tough bosses.
Yeah.
I definitely do think his A2 is really weak and definitely needs a buff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think he's like a middle of the road champ. It's sort of all about his A3.
Do you know what I would change on him? Honestly, I would give him a shield based on his max HP.
Yeah,
and then on the A1, I would make it a mini vizier.
Okay.
Honestly,
like
so then you can like transfer all the debuffs to an enemy, and then you come through with like an extension of maybe even 1 turn. I wouldn't even be like I wouldn't even be against that. Like a 30% chance to increase it by 1 turn, even something like that added into there could add a lot of elements to him.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. And remove the Teletubby from his shield, and then you've got like a top tier champion.
I don't know what my hatred towards him came. I feel sorry for him. I need to make a dedicated video on him soon.
Yeah, because he does look really cool, apart from that big Teletubby sun.
Oh man! All right, then who we got next here? I'm excited.
My next pick is Foley.
I actually seen you did a video with somebody yesterday on this dude, right?
Yeah, on Biohack. Yeah, with Biohack. Yeah. Which is really cool. But he's a Dark Elf.
Dark Elf. Just so much I know about Foley. There we go.
Yeah, but this champion, he's been kind of really forgotten about for a long time. Like he was a good nuker back in the day, but sort of being power crept damage wise. But what he does that's really good is his A3 in particular is really strong because it can block revive. So coming into a world where you've got Sun Wukong all over the place, this Spirit Affinity guy keeps reviving himself over and over again. Suddenly, a block revive is incredibly valuable when you've got Marishkas that are reviving all the time. That's really valuable. This actually does pretty good single target damage. Like it's a decent AoE, but then it's a single target hit. It's a good single target. Then he's got 4 hitters on his other moves, which are kind of fun actually for earlier game Fire Knight stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he's got a nice passive too, as well. Actually, for
he
dealing
attacks
with
4 times on the A1. Oh
yeah,
man,
he's a 4-hit A1. Yeah,
I thought Crew Traxxer was the only one in the game that can do that. No. Okay, that's I always thought it was a triple hit when I see it in arena. Okay.
No. It's because he hits so hard he kills them by the 3rd hit every time. No, his passive is good too, right? Against things like Kaimar and Torment, his passive will once break him free from sleep or freeze or provoke or stun, which is actually pretty good and gives him a bunch of turn meters. So he's a pretty nice little way to deal with those champs in arena as well. So yeah, Foley for me, I'm going to be honest, like I had mine in the vault for ages, and this is a champion now that I need to like properly sort through my gear and figure out what I've got to put on him. But this is a champ I want to build and want to use now.
He looks badass as well, man. Look at that.
So cool. Yeah, he's one of the coolest looking champs in the game. He's sick.
He'd be one of those champions that I'd like to see, like maybe a skin of him, like a
Yeah,
Omega
right.
form, so he just becomes like super beastie. That'd be fun.
Yep.
All right, next up for me is gonna be one that we can get kind of relatively easily, with the new
Okay.
Lady Mikage fusion, and it's actually Kira the Watcher.
Okay, I thought you were going to say Lady Mikage.
No. I think Kira the Watcher is one to watch out for, pun intended.
Okay.
She kind of comes through with like fundamentals for me. She's ally protection, increased defense, and a decreased attack, and also a passive that is kind of like a budget Krisk in a weird way without the decreased defense in a way of the placing the decreased attack while under ally protection, and also an AOE of decreasing duration of all enemy buffs and also a decreased accuracy. Could have some maybe uses in Hydra for progression, but I think for a champion that covers fundamentals for players, like when you're coming into this game early to mid game, you're building your first clan boss teams. This is a very powerful ability on a 3-turn cooldown. I think the one downside of her, I do want to speak about the pros and cons, is she hasn't really got. Do you know with ally protectors such as Taroki the Frog and
they can heal themselves.
They've got like a shield on himself or a heal. I think that's kind of missing from her kit, so you need to focus on other champions to fulfill that role. But all in all, like for relatively like what's the requirements in her? Like 4 epics or something?
Yeah, it's quite easy to get. Yeah.
Yeah, like, where's the fusion? Like, what is that? Like Eelfrig. Like obviously everyone is probably gonna want to go for Lady Mikage at one point, at one given time. But if you're early game, you pull a few epics and you're planning on doing it anyway, you have to take them up to rank 60 anyway. You know what I mean? So
that is true,
you could get a bit of value out of it until, you got all of the rest of the champions to fuse the final one because you need to invest those resources anyways. But yeah, there we go. I think she's very underrated. What do you think about her? Do you think she's
I think she's sort of like a strong early mid game champion. I think that's sort of her problem was that she came out and like for us in the late game, which is most content creators, like she's not as strong as the other options like Krisk that a bunch of us have or other champs like that.
You say I'm just gonna put some cries on my eyes and the edit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no Krisks. Yeah, but I think for a lot of players she could be super valuable. So it's a real pity. It's like Virgum card.
I'll put it. Sorry to go carry on. But I'm just doing this.
I was just gonna say it's like Virgum card. It's a pity that we haven't done more videos on her because she could be such a helpful champ.
Yeah. So look, if I put increased defense, that's increased defense, right?
Yeah.
And then where's ally protection? There we go. The big ally protection is this one.
Win.
Yeah. Just to put it into perspective, guys, yeah? I've been playing this game for 4 years. There's only this many champions on my account. This one's not AoE. This one's not AoE, or they place it on themselves. Like Lugan places increased defense on himself, not on everyone. I have got 3 champions on my account in 4 years that place increased defense and ally protection on a 3-turn cooldown. And this is where I see that it fulfills a niche kind of in a sense, right? Not a bunch of champions can do what she can. So I think for that scarcity value, she definitely fits in, man. 100%. All right. Mr. Nubby, when I get my Genzen mask on for you, can you please tell me that Genzen's underrated for your next one? Thank you.
You know what? Yeah, sure. Genzen is underrated. He's not on my list, but as soon as you did that, I'm picking him. He's in. I'm gonna remove something here. Okay. Oh, that's a tough one. Okay. But no, Genzen, I think, is underrated. Now, specifically, right? Lady Mikage, Fire Knight Hard, Genzen. Okay. Lady Mikage, her A1 brings in ally attack from another champ.
So just while you're speaking about him, I just need to...
Okay.
So it's a once in a lifetime. You never speak about Genzen, so let's go.
Oh, there you go. But like seriously though, Lady Mikage, your A1 brings in a Shadowkin to ally attack. Genzen's A1 is a triple hit that gives him turn meter. That is beast for Fire Knight Hard. That's super good. He also brings decreased defense. He's just really fast and takes a lot of turns. So he's gonna bring decreased defense for the waves. Synergizes incredibly well with Lady Mikage, the ally attack for taking down Fire Knight shield. He's gonna do really good damage because he's taking so many turns. And yeah, makes you run quick, smooth, fast. I've seen him for Fire Knight stage 10, hard. Genzen, Lady Mikage, plus some others like Newts and stuff. And yeah, boom. Genzen, he's meta now, guys. He's legit top tier.
Who's got the best mask, me or Genzen?
I think you've got the exact same mask from the looks of it.
It's a bit of a different... We got a different colorway. So his one's kind of like all gold. I got the bits of the black in it. But... Yeah, Raid, for the 500th video, please, I swear, to the art guy out there, I know you got him on your desk. Send me a figurine, at the very least, of Genzen. I made my own mask, I didn't ask for that, right? I just need like a toy that I could put on my desk just to say I got one, or sort of something. God damn it. All right, my next one here. Ooh, I don't know. Actually, you know what? I am gonna go there. I'm gonna say Rich off the boat.
Oh, okay. I didn't expect this.
Yeah,
Let's hear it.
I think Rich off the boat is very underrated. This poison ability, it stacks so well for poison explosion, man. Like, you know, that like when you think about what Tomb Lord, you know, he places the 4 poisons. Who after that places it to the caliber of this? You know, there's not many in the game that can pump out that many poisons on all enemies this consistently. I think it's very powerful for Dragon or just Poison Explosion in general. You could even crack the shield if you're doing Poison Explosion in Fire Knight with a triple hit. One thing I do want to speak about is this part here, the Curse Hold. It hits like an absolute truck if you could scale it properly, because attacks one enemy, critical damage increases by 20% for each poison debuff on the target, stacks up to 100%. If you've just got 5 poisons up, that's 100% kaboom. Think about Clan Boss, right? Over the course of the battle, popping this out in Reflex, or in the Dragon if you just want to get out some big nukes if you send some debuffs back. Like, he's not crazy, but in terms of what he does do, he does them very well in my opinion. And also a good candidate for stuff like Destroy sets or, you know, Curse sets or whatever that may be. Because he's got an AoE A1. So if you pull him as like your first ever legendary champion, you put him in a stun set, you'll be able to control these waves whilst also applying the poisons on the dragon. So, you know, he can solo stage 25 of the dragon as well for players out there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think he's got some very good uses in the game. Deserves a bit of love. Is there anything that you would change about him to make, or the reason why you think people don't like him that much?
Yeah, ooh, I think you probably could give him 4 poisons on the A2. Like, seeing as Tomb Lord has 4 and like Calvalax is there.
Yeah.
I'd give him the 4 poisons. Why not? Yeah, gosh, then after that, what would I change? That's a little tough, isn't it?
Yeah, like
It's a little tough.
the A1 is nice, but it's a bit niche. Do you know what? Destroying each of the
Yeah,
max
like,
HP on the A1.
that's
Does
not
anyone?
very useful.
No, right now it's not, but we don't know what's coming.
Well, that's true, yeah.
It could
But,
become
like,
very powerful.
yeah, that's interesting. I've never really seen him built for damage, to be honest. So
Now, do you know what
I
it
never
was?
even
I
noticed that.
bought he's my only 6-star blessing champion on my account.
Ooh, I've got a Kira. It's a 6-star for
So
me.
wait, is he 6-star? Where is he? Richthoff. Where is he? Oh, imagine if I sold him. Oh, there he is. Yeah, so I was my first 6-star blessing. I got him on like day 1 of like the
Yeah.
awakenings. So I tried him out and he did deal some good damage. I didn't do it to like full optimal value, to be fair. But I've always used him just as my poisoner to pair when I didn't use the Tomb Lord in certain teams. But
Yeah.
there we go.
I probably just change him to a pure poisoner. Like, give the A1 a chance to put poisons, AoE, maybe make the A3 do poison explosion or something.
Oh,
I
like
think
a
that'd be cool.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah, like a
shout.
combust, even just single target.
I
Yeah.
would be down with that. I would be
Yeah.
down with that. Yeah.
All right, nice.
All right. Who we got next here?
I've got a new champion here.
Oh,
the Orc Garol Bloodthirst or something. I'm not sure. The mythical.
what?
The mythical Orc.
You can't
I
be
think he's
putting
underrated.
Mythical's on an underrated list. Come on, Nubs.
100%. She's super underrated.
I think this is. Do you know what? You've just earned a Guinness Book of World Records right now, and you didn't even notice it. I don't think anyone in the entire Raid Shadow Legends community has mentioned an underrated list with a mythical yet. How do you feel, man? Wait, I'm gonna bring myself closer. I think I got a mic somewhere. One sec. I got my vape. Wait.
Okay.
How do you feel, Nubs?
Don't smoke, kids. Vape kills.
It's not a
probably.
vape. It's a prototype.
A prototype.
How does it feel to be the first underrated here?
It feels good because I think I'm right.
Okay.
That's all I gotta say about that.
Congratulations, man. I'll be sending over your trophy.
Oh, okay.
Very soon.
Win-win.
Yeah.
No,
right.
But seriously, I think there's like no hype, really, very little hype about Mythical so far. Lady Mikage being an exception because she's accessible. I actually think this champ, specifically this form 2, is actually extremely good. Very simple, just massive AoE damage, right? That A2 absolutely claps, right? More damage for every buff on the champion. I think that is a bit of a weakness. I think that generally speaking, they might consider switching mythical so that when they change, it extends their buffs by a turn. Because like you get an extra turn and the buffs kind of fall off, right?
Yeah.
It's a bit awkward. But that move hits really hard. And then the A1 is an AoE with a chance to repeat. But also the bloody passive, right? It's got a 25% chance to join in on ally attacks. Like I fought this in live arena, right? And the fight was going great. I was absolutely smashing them. This champion finally got a turn, transformed, did the A2, almost killed me. and then got like ally attacks back to back and just wiped out my whole team. I was going, oh my god, that's so much damage coming in. Just from that RNG, really, on the passive and the A1.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this champion is actually extremely good. One of the best.
So if you was to
AoE
pull
damage
any mythical
in the
so
game.
far, it'd be this one for you.
Yeah, I think so. I like the Sylvan one as well. But I think, yeah.
Oh, yeah, our base is really, really cool. I like her.
Yeah, I think they're both cool. But yeah, Garol is cool. Not a massive fan of Garol's first form. It gives a bit of survivability in Arena, I guess, at the start. But I'm not a big fan of it. I think it's really all about the form too, and just blowing people up, right?
Yeah, I think honestly, my favorite mythical so far is the new one, Lady Mikage.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I wasn't including Mikage.
Yeah, I was having an absolute blast of her. I seen there's a lot of there's a lot of what's the word, mixed reactions to it. Like some people thought it was meh, or I thought because obviously you can't make these permanent fusions overpowered. Like look at Raz, and he's meant to be like a champion to help you do a specific debuff, and anything past that is whatever. I think it was very, very good, I thought, in terms of all the ways you can use it. I liked it.
Yeah, I think she's great. But like, I think, she's the best ally attack champ in the game. Maybe Cardil is better in some circumstances, but like she's up there in the conversation, which is extremely useful in so many places. Plus, anyway.
Yeah, so my next one, from the Skinwalkers, it's an epic, and it's actually, it's Werrigan. Werrigan Suncast. The reason for this one is I actually never understood until very recently how his passive scales, because it deals 30% more damage against targets whose current HP is lower than this champion's current HP. And for the longest time, I thought you have to kind of, take the HP down, and then now you're above them, and then now you're dealing damage. I actually had a conversation with Saf to see how it was coded in, and it's actually based on percentage HP. So let's just say you simply open up with a Kai'Ma, and now they're on 99% HP. You actually still proc the 30% more damage. So in that instance, all you have to do is just bruise them with somebody else like a setup, and you get the full value from it. He does like swapping HP of an enemy, granting extra turns, attacks 3 times, very similar to Brackus the Shifter, places True Fear on all enemies as well when killing somebody, and an unkillable on himself, and then also a 2-time hitter to steal buffs. I think he is a very good arena champion for players. Like if I was going through to like gold 4 for the first time or gold 5 and I had this dude, he would be a consideration for me, honestly, if I wanted a single target damage dealer. Like 3 times as a Void Affinity champion, like bye Rotos, right? If you could scale it properly with the 30%, it has got some potentials here.
He is part of the Lady Mikage fusion as well, so everyone will have a chance to play with him if they want to.
Yeah, like I don't think he's like crazy busted. I just don't think he gets enough respect, honestly. Because when I first seen this kit, I remember speaking about it. People was like, "Yo, like I think he's a bit more trash than that YC. Like you're overhyping this." But I don't know. Maybe I'll put my money where my mouth is and build him up.
I'd actually love to see a showcase on him because I'm still skeptical.
I do actually have him. It says that I do. Was he a part of a fusion? I think he was.
I think he might have been.
I think that's where I got him, and then I never had him, and I couldn't max him. Yeah, I don't have him. I'd love to have him. I think he's not the best champion in the game, but definitely has some use, man.
Right. Okay. My next pick is actually Alsgore Crimson Helm.
I nearly put him on my list. I nearly did, but I'm glad you mentioned it.
Yeah. I think this champ is super, super underrated. I was discussing him in that video with Biohack as well. He's a champ that he's using, but like this champ is great. He's a really solid champ. He's got full team block damage on a 4-turn cooldown that fully heals a target ally as well.
So good, man.
Like if you think that Helicath is amazing at protecting teams and keeping them alive, like Alsgore needs to be in a similar conversation because it's on a very similar level. Well, I mean, like this move is pretty much the same as Helicath's move, basically. It's really good. This is a great move. Then he also has a little bit of a buff strip that puts out a heal as well.
Yeah.
And again, I'm expecting when we've got this polymorph nerf that comes through, that's going to be stronger. Much stronger.
Even his
in
passive
the arena
is even without the Jetney, like just to have a chance to place a decreased speed all the time.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I think this guy's got a ton of potential in arena, especially live arena. I think he'd be really strong there. He works really well with Jetney, like you said, who's a bit underrated too. He's great potentially for Iron Twins. You can either use the decreased speed and the debuff extension if you want. He's very strong for that, or you could build him with no accuracy for that, and he'd still be good. Like I think there's a lot you can do with this champ. I think he's very, very solid. very solid.
100%. I agree. I didn't think of it at first, but I remember when the Jet Li the Giant Fusion was on, I didn't go for it. I managed to pull it since then.
Okay.
But Owlscore, I always said like Owlscore should have been the fusion. Like he's so powerful. Like he can solo clan boss for you. You don't need another block damage like because the way that it works is you got block damage AoE 1 and 2. You have someone that's relatively tanky in the lead position. They take the stun, and then as he's putting the block damage up again, you're getting a full restoration of HP.
Okay.
So in that way, you've got such a strong healer with the block damage, so you don't need another healer. So in that way, you could last 50 turns with enough tankiness. Very good champion.
Interesting. Yeah.
All right. So next up for me is from the Bannerlords again. I kind of stayed in here quite a lot today. Sigmund the High Shield. I'm a huge fan of Sigmund, especially I think it's my second or my third Hydra team. What it comes down to is strong crowd controlling. Like, attacks all enemies 2 times. Each has a chance of placing provokes and a decreased attack AoE with a Battlefield Beacon on a 3-turn cooldown. We've got removing of any shield buffs and a chance of removing random buffs as well. In case, like, Hydra, one of them gets stolen or increased attack from a, what's his name? Head of Wrath.
Yeah.
Shield, strengthen, 2 strong forms of protection here. And also a passive which, whenever he's attacked, reduces the duration of buffs. Once again, comes down to covers some of the fundamentals, strong provoker to pair with maybe another active skill provoker like a Bivold or someone. I really, really like this dude, man. What do you think about him?
I agree. Yeah, I 100% agree. I think this champ is really good.
He is really good, yeah.
The problem with Sigmund was that was the Demitha fusion, right? Demitha was used to fuse Sigmund, and because she was like really wowed people with the clan boss performance, which is totally fair.
Yeah.
Sigmund was really forgotten about, but like he is so strong as a progression champ. He's insanely good.
This is so strong here.
That's a brilliant move.
Just to like break it down a little bit for anyone, like if you got a shield that's based on their max HP, the value doesn't seem to be always as as strong as you want it to be. But 30% of this champions with a strengthen on a 3-turn cooldown is super strong. Very, very strong. Right. I actually can't recall many that does this to a caliber of this level.
No, not many.
There's not a ton, man. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah, he's great. I'm a big Sigmund fan. I'm glad you called him out.
I was going to say, is this going to be you in 50 years with your beard?
Hey, you never know. You never know what might happen.
I'll buy you a helmet like that.
Oh, nice. All right, my next pick, again, another champ I think is incredibly underrated, Shamrock. Gotta be Shamrock.
Look at that Irish.
Like,
my Irish accent now, is it good?
It was very good.
It probably was so bad. Sorry, guys. I apologize.
But no, Shamrock is just insane. Like, he's got increased speed on his A2 for everyone with increased defense. Even some other buffs as well, which are pretty handy. His A3 is the AoE decreased speed with turn meter control as well. His A1, he can steal buffs. Like, this guy's insane. He's got 111 base speed. He's so good. Like, I think the crazy thing is people really have a high opinion of Lady Kimmy. Like, Lady Kimmy is a lot of people's, I think including both of us, one of their most wanted champs, right? Yeah. Shamrock is doing a lot of what she does, but he doesn't get any love at all. I think it's just because Lady Kimmy looks cool and Shamrock is really ugly.
Actually, Shamrock is one of my favorite champions in the game in terms of aesthetics. I think he's very unique.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I think people just,
I don't have him, so I've always wanted him. Right, I'm a big fan of the Ogrins, but yeah, you are right. Like, he does bring a lot of the. There's quite a lot in here, but I never like to compare champions like Lady Kimmy to a Shamrock. I feel like not everybody can have the luxury of both, right? Like, take what you give.
Well, that's true. But like, I mean, that's the thing. But like, people really want Lady Kimmy, but then they never turn around and are like, "Oh, I really want Shamrock." It's like, "Oh, Shamrock, he sucks." Yeah. I think that's really unfair. I think this champ is actually extremely good if you're looking for that increased speed, decreased speed manipulation. He's brilliant, and the increased defense. He actually can save people when they're low on life as well. It's really strong. Like, Kimmy brings the accuracy manipulation, which I think is really valuable too. But then I look at like people's reaction to Bambus 4-leaf, and they don't seem to care at all about accuracy. So that's not a point in favor of Kimmy for most people. Yeah. Most people don't know how to use increase or decrease accuracy. I'll never think about it. So yeah, shouldn't be a point against Shamrock. This guy's a beast.
Nice aura as well. All battle 70. I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
before.
Right.
It's pretty good. Yeah. That's like what 10 below Mithrala Lifebane. That's high, man.
Yeah, I've used him in Nightmare Hydra like a bunch before. Shamrock is very strong.
Yeah. All right. So this next one, I would say, is in the same caliber as Helior for me, where I just didn't understand the champion. Could be the best way to put it. For the longest time ever, I've actually put her in useless lists in the past. Where is she?
Oh, really? Okay.
It's Gwyneth from the Doom Tower.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
I think she is growing on me.
Hmm.
I just felt like, oh, where am I going to use this? Like, this is garbage. But
Yeah,
attacks all
yeah.
enemies. This will not trigger counterattacks. Now, when we think about the Nether Spider, if you're not running a Geomancer burn strategy, or you're just struggling
Hmm.
to stay alive with that strategy in a sense, and you just want to maybe crowd control them in a stun set, there is the opportunity
Yep.
to do so. Granted, it is pretty niche. But I think the main one that I want to focus on is this part here. Transfers all debuffs from this champion to a target enemy. Great for dragon and stuff, right? It works like the
Yeah.
healer in a sense. It then attacks that enemy and ignores up to 100% of the target's defense for each debuff they're under. So if you've got 10 debuffs up, that's 100% ignore defense, right? Now, if we
Yeah.
think about stuff like the Dark Fae, and you can ramp up enough debuffs on that boss, and she's just going through that many times on 100% defense, that's a lot of damage. That's like Whisper, right? Whisper level.
Yeah.
So I think in the optimal setup, she has some potential, I would say. Maybe not for everybody, but I think there's enough in here to sanction underrated. Like, not triggering counterattacks could be good if you're facing Valkyries in Doom Tower, or just a Nether Spider, or just this A3. Do you think I'm
Yeah.
crazy for thinking that, or?
No, I think she's a pretty cool epic. Like, I think her problem really is that it just takes so long to get her that by the time you have
Yeah,
her,
this is. I
you've
think this.
got your teams built already, you
This
know?
is this is kind of the Doom Tower problem. I feel like
Yeah,
I think
right?
I think for a catch up mechanic anyway, I feel like players that get past a specific level, let's just say when you pass, I don't know, Rian the Conjurer or Dark Kael, it should be
Mm,
like a choose your fate, like a universal
yeah.
fragment system to choose who you want. I think that needs to happen because we've been playing for so long. I still haven't finished it. I've not got that long nose Jinro the Stock dude yet.
Oh,
So
yeah, I'm still working on him as well.
so
Yeah.
it's like, if we've been playing for 4 years, what someone's supposed to be playing till 2030 to get the Jinro, there needs
Yeah,
to be
right.
they need to fix it up to give players what they want. But
Yeah, they definitely need to do something for sure
yeah, let
with
me know in
that.
the comment
Yeah.
section, guys. I'm actually very anxious if you use a Gwyneth, like, actually, because look at this. One of the least reviewed champions in the game, 98.
Yeah, yeah.
That's very low for a
That's Doom
champion that
Tower.
it is accessible to all players. The ratings are pretty good.
Mm,
Does
mm.
the faction wars for Dark Elves have a Valkyrie? It does, right?
Yeah, yeah, it does, yeah.
That could probably be one of her uses, is to not trigger those Valkyries in a stun
Mm,
set and lock them out. Interesting.
true.
All right.
All right.
Who we got next here,
I've
Mr.
got
Nubby?
my last pick
Okay.
is Vizix from the Dark Elves. I think
Physics.
she's known.
So do you
She's
think
known as a.
she's underrated? You think so?
I do think she's underrated.
Okay.
Absolutely. I think she's known as a decent champ, but I think this is one of the continually most underrated champs in the game. I think she's actually extremely, extremely good.
Did you
I
see
think
my
people look.
Did you see my poll? Sorry to cut you in there.
I didn't. What's your poll?
All right, I'll pull it up. So go on, carry on. I'll pull it up.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think she's super underrated. In particular, I think that this champion is like S tier for Hydra.
Mm.
Because she's coming in with provokes, she's coming in with decreased speed, both AoEs on a short cooldown. It's super good. And I think people totally. Oh, what's this? What's this?
I got something for you. It correlates exactly with what you're saying, here,
Oh, I
buddy.
did see this, and I disagree 100%.
So just to
I
put it
couldn't
into
disagree more.
perspective for underrated, right? I
Yeah, no,
put
wrong.
for
Wrong.
Raid You Rather. Oh, it's actually Sunday today. I need to put my raid. Do you know what? You could choose it today after this. Anyway,
Oh,
I'll see.
okay.
I'm doing something called Raid You Rather Sundays, where I'm just going to ask like a
Right.
very controversial topic for engagement. Let's see what people do in the comments. But if you could only keep one, would you rather have Scylla the Drakes or Vizix? And 20% went with Vizix. And I honestly feel personally
No.
is I would rather have Vizix for more end game viability. I think I would use it a lot more in the end game. Whereas Scylla the Drakes is an amazing champion, huge carry, but I can't remember the last time I used the Scylla the Drakes.
Exactly.
but-
Exactly. Don't get me wrong. Syl, I think even still for most people when you get her is gonna be probably an account changer. But here's the thing: there have been a lot of really good revive champions added to the game since
Yeah.
Syl was around. Like Syl's crowd control, it's just not that good by modern game standards. Yeah, she's got good healing and revive, but yeah, like she's a champ that for me and for you apparently as well has sat in the vault for a very, very long time, right? She's used for Barb faction wars for me, and that's it.
Yeah.
Vizix is extremely good from the moment you get her in like Spider normal, Fire Knight normal, Doom Tower normal and hard. But she's top tier for Hydra. Like I haven't recorded the video yet, but I've got a video on like a 400 million team for I think it's just brutal, but it's using Vizix. right?
Oh, yeah.
Physics is clutch. And I think especially like end game, you get her in like Relentless, I think specifically end game. Not in that team, but I think in general, where she's just flying through the ally protection, the decreased speed, throwing out the provokes like crazy, and keeping herself alive with the shield. And she's absolutely S tier in Hydra. And like this poll shows it. Like there's all this hype about Syl, but that's just memes. Like
It's actually,
not
what's
real.
crazy, what I
It's not
found this
real.
one super interesting, it did almost 10,000 people this is based on. So
Yeah,
like
it's so wrong.
it is a big size to kind of compare, and everyone went with a Syl there. It's interesting.
Right. Yeah.
Very interesting.
I could not disagree more with that poll. I think it's
that's what makes the Ragey Rock. Do you have any off the top of your head you want me to do for today that you'd want to see, that you've been interested
so
in?
like what was it? 2 different champions?
Yeah, so Ragey Rather Sundays is it'll be between bosses, like comparing bosses or champions, but they have to be in the same kind of realm in a sense. Like it can't be like, a Siphi and like a Death Knight. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But
Right.
it has to be like in that same kind of conversation,
Okay. I've never seen these polls before.
What we do is after we're done, let me know
yeah.
on message and I'll do it for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I did have a few left here. I got noticeably 2. Or maybe I can just fly through these. I was gonna say Bivold of the Fawn. I'm not sure if he's underrated. Right, that was one of them. I think people are starting to understand his value in a sense.
Yeah.
So maybe he doesn't deserve to be an underrated. But I would honestly go with Fenshi. I think Fenshi kind of sits on the sidelines, right? And do you know whenever people say to me, "Oh, I'm struggling with Fire Knight," and I'm literally seeing a Fenshi in their screenshots in like Discord and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's a good pick.
Like,
that's a very good pick.
3-time hitter, decrease speed, phenomenal, right?
That's great. That's
even for Dark Fate, guys, this is a very good A1.
You know what? Actually, he's also a really, really strong combo with Lady Mikage now for Fire Knight, like normal.
Ooh.
That A1, that's insane. That's so
people
good.
are talking about Genzin. Fenshi could be the one.
Yeah, let's say like you're a new player. When you get your Lady Mikage, probably don't have a Genzin, but you could easily get Fenshi because he's an epic.
I honestly feel like, first of all, aesthetic-wise looks phenomenal. But even myself, I've never actually used Fenshi, never. And I'm like, why? Like, attacks 3 times again, so 2 3-time hitters. Each has a chance of decreasing turn meter. Great once again. And then also, there's some poison in there as well. And depending on the amount of poisons, he's ignoring defense to that value. So, like, if you could stack this on the Dark Fate, if you're one of those players that control it slowly but surely, he's going to start to become a bit of a reckless dude, right? Dealing some great damage.
He hits very hard. Yeah, that move hits very hard, actually.
Yes, I think for multi-hitters all around the board, I really think he's underrated.
Yes.
What's that? White Tiger. Nice.
Yeah.
He's like a Power Ranger, right? He's like the old school White Ranger from like the dojo.
Yeah, he reminds me of like Darth Vader as well, like the samurai with the red sword spit vibe.
Yeah. Do you know what? As the final one here, I actually want you to kind of deep dive into this one with me.
Okay.
So for the final one, guys, I actually want to put Val the Destroyer, and the reason I want you to do it is because you used him in the Hydra Clash, right?
Yeah,
I am absolutely blown away in terms of his boss killing capabilities. Very, very powerful. So you probably have a bit more knowledge than me. What makes him so great in these areas?
Well, I think it's A2 actually is the big thing that stood out to me for bringing him into that team initially. Is he's a damage dealer that brings weaken and decrease attack. Like that is very unusual. And the decrease attack is a debuff you really need for a lot of Hydra teams against Head of Wrath. But I was like, oh, I've got an Ugo on that team. Like I've got a good decreased defense champion. That's wrong. That's wrong.
Oh my god.
No, wrong. Guys. Oh my god. Everyone, your homework for today, you got to go in and give Varl and Vizix upvotes. Because my god, you guys got it. You got it totally wrong.
I was actually a huge fan of the other one I used for the first time. What's his name? The one that's got a very similar name. Vassal of the Seal.
Oh, Vassal of the Seal.
I thought he was the best enfeeble tank in the game for Phantom Shogun. I did a video on it, right?
I didn't see that. Oh my god, I've missed your stuff recently. Why is
I think Vassal is so good because he does that full equalizing HP. We're not going to use him anywhere else. Like, and if you want to use him for secret rooms, is great. But just being able to do that massive heal and just use him for the Phantom Shogun, it means I don't have to use my With the Crown anymore.
Was that the ultimate speed farm team?
No. So it's it's the video is called We've Been Sleeping on This a Demon. It's like better than you think. It's quite recent.
Oh yeah. I see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I
It's
gotta watch
it's quite an interesting one. Like, I'm not saying like that
that.
these are the best champions. It's once again it comes back to that Gwyneth problem, right? Like,
Right.
do we sanction needing these skills so late into the game? I think this is
Mm,
why we're seeing these kind of ratings on these champions, because they're
yeah.
pulling them, they're using them. They're like, this isn't a Taras Marishka, go in the bin. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I tell you exactly what the problem is with Varl. Like you guys saw from my Hydra Clash stuff when I put him in the team, he was basically doing the same damage as Ninja, right?
Oh, was it that high?
Arguably,
Okay.
yeah,
Oh.
arguably he made the team actually do a bit more damage in the Hydra Clash finals.
Mhm.
But it's really good. I think the problem is when you look at Hydra that you've got like Acrisias and you know you've got Trundas and you've had Corpse and Cadaver now for ages.
Mhm.
Like we've had a whole bunch of champions that are like completely ridiculous. So Varl gets sort of forgotten about, but no, he genuinely is really good because his passive is cranking up his damage. He just hits really hard. It works super well with Hex as
Yep.
well. So yeah, he's just his A3 absolutely smacks. His A1 heals himself a bit. It's great. He's just a great damage dealer with a couple of great debuffs. And yeah, he hits really hard. I think he's a great champ. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought I'd bring one there just for you. I know you like this dude.
I do.
But yeah,
I
Mr.
do.
Nubby, I appreciate you swinging by and all of that good stuff to help me out of a video before I leave. So yeah, anything you want to say here before we sign off here?
Put up the poll. Who's better, Varl or Ninja?
Ooh.
And let's see. It's gonna be. I guarantee it's gonna be like 99 to 100% Ninja.
All right, so I'm gonna do it on courtesy of you. You've
all been baited, but you don't know it yet.
You don't know
but
it
when
yet.
you watch this video,
Yeah, it
you're
all
gonna be
makes
like,
sense.
oh my god, I've been so wrong about everything in my life.
All
Who
right.
even am I?
Nubs, just for you, right? Because I'm about to
Okay.
leave and all that good stuff, I'm probably not going to be around to do any shard videos. We're going to get our dopamine rush. You know?
Okay.
I want Togron. I really want him.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I feel like he's the first champion in the game that kind of increase HP in a sense.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
So for that factor, and you know, he's literally got some rat-looking thing that eats his fingers. So why would I not want that? I want to collect all the ugliest things. So we're gonna do a temple just to finish us off.
Let's do it.
Bring it home, Togron.
Oh, it's taking a long time.
I don't.
Oh,
come on. No, I do like him, but I got him. It could have been a Togron.
Hey, he can empower Ramantu. That's not bad.
Oh, no. This is the first time that I hit it on a note. What do I feel about that? Oh, that could have. Oh, damn, it's 10x, man. Shove up your.
Yeah, I probably use him to empower Ramantu.
The joys. I've not finished my.
Lizards is. Oh, you've got another one. Look.
Oh
my god. There you go.
So it's quite, in that sense, it's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Yeah, lizards are strong now. You've got some real good ones.
Accuracy. Who would be really good with accuracy?
Vergamkar.
I don't have Vergamkar. I wish I did.
Well, I mean, Ramantu is super good.
Yeah.
But Vargal's real good.
I can't believe that just happened.
You just pulled Chagor. He's real good.
That happened last time with you as well. Remember when I made you summon and you got Alil?
That's right.
That's right. Yeah, guys, on that note, if you guys did enjoy today's video, be sure to hit that like, subscribe button. Mr. Nubby's channel, description below, it will be there, loud and clear. Let's get him to, I think he's actually past me in subscribers now, so let's keep the train going, get him to 40k.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you've been crushing it recently, man. We're proud of you, Nubs.
I think you're slightly ahead. What am I?
Probably by like maybe 50
you've got like somewhere between like 20 to 100 more subs right now.
It was something like that, but yeah, there we go.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, have an amazing rest of your week, I guess, guys. I'll see you once I'm back with some IRL videos potentially, and I will see you all on a video soon. Peace.